Financial Services and Capital Markets. SPOM Set C Paper 9. Which of the following is not a regulator of the financial market? IRDAI mutual funds, PFRDA SEBI mutual fund. Fintech companies working as online bond platform providers are unregulated entities, RBI registered entity, SEBI registered entity, PFRDA registered entity. It's a SEBI registered entity. Which of the following statement is incorrect? The bond market has always been dominated by the commercial paper. B. Buffett indicator is the ratio of the value of all stock listed on the GDP of the country. It's correct. The bond market has always been dominated by the commercial paper. No, it's not correct. Fintech companies working as online bond platform providers are a SEBI registered entity. Yes, it is. Statistics show that percent stock investor having holding period of more than 15 years reap positive return. Yes, it is. The answer is A. What action can RBI take to arrest the depreciation of the rupees? Increase the supply of rupees in the market? No. Sell US dollars? Yes. From its reserve to increase the supply of dollars? Yes, it is. Uh, Limit foreign investment in government bonds? No. Restrict foreign exchange reserve? No. So it's B. What is the primary goal of quantitative easing by a central bank? What is primary goal of quantitative easing? To raise long-term interest rate? No. To reduce the availability of credit? No. To stimulate economic activity by making credit cheaper? Yes. To sell government security to bank? No. So the answer is CPI reflects consumer price index reflects changes in price at retail levels. Retail level is CPI. Service like housing and education, it's CPI, WPI, IIP, PPI. So it's CPI. The answer is A. Heavily influenced by prices of global commodities and manufacturing inputs. It's wholesale price index, WPI. Price collected at the mandi, factory and ex-mine levels. It is also wholesale price index. Which of the following is not a function of capital market? Which is not a function of capital market? Providing a platform for companies to generate capital? No. Allowing investors to buy or sell shares and security? No. Facilitating efficient price discovery? No. Providing loan directly to individual for personal use? So it's not a function of capital market. Which of the following statement about depository in India is correct? Depository holds security in physical form? Yes. There is only one depository in India? No. There are two depository in India, NSTL, CDSL. Depository holds security in physical form? No, it's a demat form. A depository holds security in electronic form? Yes, it's demat. Depository directly deals with investor? No. So the answer is C, which is incorrect. What is the primary benefit of an ADR, American Depository Receipts? It allows investors to trade in US government bonds. It allows US investor to trade in foreign companies' shares in US dollar, protecting them from exchange rate risk. It guarantees higher return than regular stocks. It represents direct ownership in a US based company. So it's B. It allows US investors to trade in foreign companies shares in US dollar and protecting them from the exchange rate risks. What is key difference between ADR and GDR? ADR is issued in Europe while GDR is issued in the US. No, ADR are denominated in US dollars, yes, while GDR can be denominated in US dollar, euros, or British pound, yes. So the answer is B. ADR listed on Asian Stock Exchange while GDR listed on US Stock Exchange. No. ADR represents shares of US companies while GDR represents shares of European listed companies. So no, it's no. What is the key difference between an IPO and FPO? Initial public offer and further public offer. IPO is open only to existing shareholders while FPO is open to public. IPO is for debt security while FPO is for equity security. IPO is used to raise funds from business expansion while FPO is used to pay off debts. IPO is the first offer of shares of a company to the public, yes, while FPO is subsequent offer after the company is already listed. So the answer is D. Like Vodafone recently, the perfect example. Which of the following is not a mandatory disclosure? Which of the following is not a mandatory disclosure in the offer document for a public issue? Detail about the underwriting of the issue? No, it's a mandatory disclosure. Name and address of the company's registered office, CS, CFO, and auditors? Yes, it is mandatory disclosure. Statement of the board of directors about the bank accounts for shareholders' deposits? It is also mandatory disclosure. A list of potential stock market investors, including FII, interested in purchasing shares. So it's not a mandatory disclosure. So the answer is D. Which of the following is not an advantage of private placement? Bypassing strict regulatory requirements of a public offering, reduction in time and cost of issuance, securities should be registered with SEBI. It's not private placement, is not registered. Issuance can be negotiated directly with institutional investors. So the answer is C. In the stock market trading process, which of the following statement is true regarding the settlement of payment? The payment of shares purchased is made directly from the buyers through the sellers. The buyer's payment is made from the fund in their trading account and transferred to seller by the brokers. Yes, the broker is required to pay the client sellers within 7 days. No, the settlement of transaction is completed in T plus 5 days. No. So the answer is B. Which of the following is true about the most popular algorithmic trading techniques? They primarily rely on predictive analysis to forecast future prices. They depend on fundamental analysis of the company's financial. No, popular trading techniques. They require complex algorithms and are difficult to implement. No, they are based on price level change. Yes, moving average, trends, and other technical indicators. Yes, the answer is D. Company X has a market capitalization of 5 trillion rupees, of which 60% of the shares are held by the promoter and government entities. Market capitalization of 5 trillion. 60% of shares are held by the promoters and government. Assuming the share price remains constant, which of the following is true regarding free float market capitalization? So 5 trillion, 60% held by the promoters. 5 into 60% is 3. 5 minus 3 is 2. 2 trillion rupees. Which of the following practices is strictly regulated by SEBI to prevent unfair advantage in the market? To prevent unfair advantage in the market. Money laundering, insider trading, market manipulation, predatory pricing. So it's B, insider trading. It's insider trading is illegal. What is the system called that provide a mechanism to compensate investor in the event of a trade on the NSE and BSE? What is the system called that provide a mechanism to compensate investors? Settlement reserve fund, no. Investor protection fund, no. Trade guarantee fund, no. Liquidity, no. Trade guarantee fund, yes, it is to compensate investors in the event of a trade. Liquidity protection fund, no, it is not. So the answer is on the National Stock Exchange NSE. What is the fund called on NSE? What is the fund called that is used to handle failed trade? Capital security funds, no. Core settlement guarantee fund, derivative settlement funds, trade compensation fund. On the NSE, what is fund called that is used to handle failed trade? So it is core settlement guaranteed fund. Which of the following segments is covered by guaranteed fund for failed trade? Cash segments, future and options, certificate of deposit, all of the above. All of the above. What happens when a clearing member fails to honor their settlement commitment on the exchange? The trade is cancelled, the transaction is settled using fund from guaranteed fund, the investor lose their money, the trade is postponed indefinitely. What happens when a clearing members fail to honor their settlement commitment? So the transaction is settled using fund from guaranteed fund. So the answer is B. What is the primary purpose of social stock exchange? Social stock exchange to facilitate corporate mergers, no. To help social enterprise, yes. To trade in commodities, no. To regulate foreign investment, no. So the answer is B. Which of the following is not a financial instrument in the money market? Treasury bill, commercial paper, corporate bond, certificate of a deposit. Which is not a financial instrument? So the answer is B. C. Corporate bond. Which of the following statement about the subsidiary general ledger statement is correct? SGL. The subsidiary general ledger account is maintained in the books of commercial bank for interbank NAP transaction. No. Treasury bills and government security are issued and held in demand form to the credit of the holder in the SGL account maintained by the RBI. Treasury bills and government security are issued and held in demand form to the credit of the holder in the SGL account maintained by RBI. The SGL account allows for issuance of treasury bill in the physical of script form. So the answer is B and C. These two are same. Treasury bills and government security are issued by the held in the demand form to the credit of the holders in the SGL account maintained by RBI. During the notice money market, maximum duration is for how many days? Notice money market, maximum duration 7 days, 14 days, 30 days, 60 days, 14 days. Which of the following statements is correct about different type of financial contracts? Forward contracts are publicly traded on exchanges. Future contracts are private agreement and not traded on exchange. No. Option contracts keep the holder right. Option gives the holder right but not the obligation to buy or sell an asset at a specified price. Swaps are arrangements to buy or sell an asset at a future date at price specified today. So the answer is C. Which of the following refers to a type of private equity transaction? Where an investor buys shares from existing shareholder instead of the company issuing a new shares. Venture capital injection, secondary buyout, in IPO, Convertible bond issuance. So the answer is B. Secondary buyout. Investor buys share from existing shareholders. What is not a common exit route used by a private equity firm? IPO, strategic sale, secondary buyout, ESOP. So the answer is D. Which of the following is not a common method? Which of the following is not a common method of valuation used in private equity? Discounted cash flow, comparable company analysis, bond rating system, precedent transaction analysis. So the answer is D. In a dividend syndicate, how do the members handle unsold share at the close of an issue? Dividend syndicate, how members handle unsold shares at the close of an issue. The unsold shares are distributed equally among all the shares of syndicate. No. The unsold shares are returned to the company. No. The unsold shares are purchased by the lead manager or underwriters. Yes. The unsold shares are transferred to a secondary market for sale. No. So the answer is C.